Hi guys, Miss Supernova here with another Top 10 Tuesdays video. So I have a few more of these that I'll be cranking out over the next couple weeks, but most of them are going to be music related, so just like sit tight and if you're a fan of music and everything, like this will be for you. But I will just jump right in with my list. Okay, number one is, everyone knows this, but my favorite band is Panic at the Disco. A lot of people assume that because I like Niall Horan, that One Direction is my favorite band, and while I kind of like their music, that's nowhere near my favorite band. Like, I am a Panic at the Disco fan. Like, I eat, sleep, breathe Panic at the Disco. I have all of their albums. Really, the only person in Panic at this point is Brendan. But, like, I love Panic at the Disco. I don't know how did I get into Panic at the Disco? I was a freshman when I found out about them. I kept getting, like, because, on YouTube you get recommended videos, and in my list, Panic at the Disco kept coming up, and I was just like, oh, this guy looks weird, like, Brendan Urie looks weird, and I was just, like, creeped out, but then I listened and I was like, oh yeah, like, I think that Ballad of Mona Lisa is actually the first song I heard by them. That or it was I Write Sins Not Tragedies, which is just stereotypical, like, every person that says that they like Panic at the Disco, that's the song that they always mention, and it's just like, there's so many better songs than that one. Like, not that I don't like I Write Sins, but there's better songs, in my opinion, by Panic at the Disco, but that is my favorite band. Number two, Stromae. A lot of people might not know who this is. Like, I like a lot of foreign music. I listen to a lot of French music. I listen to a lot of Romanian stuff. Sometimes even Latin. But Stromae is one of my, like, all-time favorites. I found out about Stromae through Pentatonix. They did a cover of Papa Ute with Lindsey Stirling. And I remember being like, this is a really good song. Like, I don't know what it means. So, like, I looked up, the meanings behind the song, and I was like, I relate to this. Like, it's basically, Papa Ute by Stromae is basically about, like, where are you, Dad? Like, because his dad, from what I believe that is stated, his father was estranged growing up, but, I'm not entirely sure, but, like, from the song, like, that's what I get, like, where are you, Dad? Like, you weren't in my life, and I relate to that a lot, because, my father was never really around when I was growing up, and, because of the fact that my father is no longer with us, again, it's just kind of like, where are you, Dad? And a lot of his music has really just, like, hit me deep, because there's such an emotional connection that I have, especially with French music, and, I don't know, I've always really liked his music, and I've heard him do speeches and stuff. Like, he's even amazing live. Like, he is so talented. He's one of those very real people, and I remember, I think it was 2 years ago, he went to Madison Square Garden, which, if you're foreign, like, Madison Square Garden is a huge thing for Americans, and, like, not even a lot of American musicians get to go to MSG, but the fact that a guy who, he's from Belgium, but he still sings French, like, that's still a French language, but the fact that this guy who, not a lot of Americans really know about, the fact that he was so popular, through his music and stuff, that he got to go to MSG, like, I think that that's amazing. So yeah, number two is definitely Stromae. Number three is Psy, and a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, Gangnam Style. I like a lot of Psy's music, actually. I haven't heard all of it, he's done so much, but if you go to my channel, I did a dance at the talent show last May, to his song Napabaji, and, it's such a bad dance. I'm so bad at dancing. I'm sorry to any Psy fans. I ruined that dance, and I'm sorry. I butchered it. But I love Psy. During some of the really hard points in my beginning of 2016, I for some reason, just his dancing, like, was very uplifting, and if you ask anyone, dancing is a very, like, spiritual thing that it really does, like, lift your soul, and it really does, like, free you, and it really does help with a depression especially, and invigorating. Like, you know, you're getting your body working, you know, you're getting that blood pumping, and, you know, you're being healthy but also having a good time. Like, it's not like going for a jog and you're like, oh god, I'm gonna die, I hate exercise. Like, dancing is genuinely very fun to pretty much anyone, and there's so many styles. But I turned to Psy in a really dark period of my life, and people made fun of me for it, but in the back of my mind I was just like, you know, like, screw you. Like, this dance is keeping me from falling into a pit of depression. This dance is what is lifting my spirits in this time where I'm, you know, thinking of harming myself. Like, instead of turning to cutting, I turned to dancing, and I worked on it every single day for probably 6 months, and I still know the dance very well. Like, I still work on it a little bit here and there, and it's very uplifting to dance. And Psy really just, like, during a very dark portion of my life, lifted my spirits up a lot. And his music is also very fun and upbeat, and it's just, I don't know, there's something about, like, foreign music, especially, like, Korean, like, it's very it's kind of bubblegum poppy, but it's just really good. Like, Psy is definitely in the top 10 favorites, so yeah. Number 4 is the Tenors. I thought about putting them after Panic at the Disco because I fucking love the Tenors, and I'm very sad that one of their members did some things that warranted him to be kind of pushed out of the group, but I found them right around Halloween in 2015 through Lindsey Sterling. She did a video with them, a cover of Queen's Who Wants to Live Forever, and I was breathtaking. Like, I still, every time I listen to it and every time I watch the video, I'm just like, oh god, it's so good and it's so powerful. And, like, all of their music is like that. And I remember it's the only song I heard by them, and I found their album and I was like, I have to buy this. Like, and I listened to it, I kid you not, every single day for like 3 months straight. And I talked about them so much. Like, any of my friends who watch my YouTube channel, you know that I talked about the Tenors a lot. And my favorite song by them is Angels Calling, which is basically a song about someone who is dying, and instead of being sad about them dying, like, kind of celebrate their life, and, like, they're going up with the angels. Like, they're going to God, going up to heaven. And I never realized that was what that song was about until I became really suicidal 2 months ago, and, like, I cry every time I listen to it, and, like, I think about my dad, and I think about how similar those situations are, and their music is, it will punch you in the fucking heart. Like, you will be breathtaken by one of their songs, I guarantee it. Their music is so amazing, and they sing in, I want to say, Italian. Maybe it's, I don't know for sure what language they sing in, but it's breathtaking. Like, if you want music that will touch your soul and will just fill you with so much happiness, like, the Tenors is the group for you. They are amazing, talented men. I could rave about them forever, but I'm not going to. Number 5, Simple Plan. I have no idea how I found out about Simple Plan. It's been a long time. I've listened to their music for a good 10 years-ish. And I still, like, listen to their music on occasion. Some of their more, like, angry songs, I'm just like, oh, I fucking relate to this. Like, I can't wait to get out of this environment. Like, welcome to my life. Like, walk a mile in my shoes and then, like, get back to me. Like, it's a lot of music like that. And it's, I don't really want to say, like, grungy or, like, punk, because it's not really, but they remind me a lot of Good Charlotte, who I thought about putting on this list, but they're kind of, in my opinion, you can switch them in and out. I don't know what the word is that I'm thinking of, but you can switch out Good Charlotte, and it's still fairly similar to Simple Plan, in my opinion. I think that Joel Madden did a song with Simple Plan. I believe that it's You Don't Mean Anything. I believe that that's the song that they did together, but they have even kind of similar voices, in my opinion. They're just really good musicians. Like, I could probably make a part 2 list of this, but I was just like, who do I listen to, like, not daily, but, like, on a fairly consistent level, and they're what made it on that list. I've listened to their music for a long time, and like I still love it. I don't really like their new music as much, but they're still a good band. So number 6, I was gonna put 10 Years, which is a metal band, and I found them ironically through school. But I decided, like, while I like them, I don't listen to them consistently enough to put them on a list, so I switched them out ironically for One Direction. And I'm sure that a lot of people are going to give me flack, like, that's all that you listen to, and it's like, I really don't. I hate a lot of their music, if I'm honest. Like, not hate, like, hate is a very strong word. I don't really hate music, but I don't like their music that much. And I don't know, I didn't even really like their music before, like, Zayn left and stuff. I just think that it's too based on Harry, and, like, maybe that is me being a bitch, but, like, Harry is talented, but should not outshine the other members, like, not to pull drama from, like, 5 years ago, but, like, how come Niall and Louis, like, got shunned to the back? Like, I get it, Liam, Zayn, and Harry are talented, but, like, if you're in a band, you should be equal, in my opinion. Like, they're all talented. Why are you not giving them all the chance to shine? And I kind of look back and I'm just like, really the only reason I listen to them is because of Niall, if I'm honest. Like, I like their voices, and, like, Liam is my favorite member, which might sound weird, but, like, I love Liam. Like, he is hashtag best friend goals. Like, I don't know. He's just, I love him. Like, I like 1D. Like, don't get me wrong. I found them, you know, kind of again in a vulnerable point in my life, and, you know, a certain person who has, you know, risen up back into my life, who caused me problems, like, I found One Direction after that first blew up in my face, and I turned to One Direction, and, like, it helped me through a lot of really bad times, because, like, I focused on Niall, and, like, that helped my career and everything. Like, I know it sounds kind of cliche, like, oh, a band member, like, can't do anything, but honestly, it's really sad that a band member did more good for me than my own family. It's just, I don't know. I have to put them on this list just because, like, I do listen to them kind of consistently, but really I listen to their older music more because I like it better. I don't like their newer style of music. Like, I also don't like the hidden, like, sexual connotations in music at all. I hate it. But I still support them, and I'm still, like, very proud of them, and I'm glad that they're doing their own thing. Like, I hope that they don't get back together. I'm probably going to get shit from Directioners, but, like, I just think that they're better apart. And it's just, like, you know, bands can't stay together forever. And I'm sure that there are certain bands out there that, you know, work well together, but everything good comes to an end, I do believe. But we'll just move on to number 7, The Script. I think it was 2009 when I found out about The Script. Like, I've been there since kind of the beginning of them, but I was really impressed by their music, even though a lot of it is very dark and sad. But I related so much because I was in middle school and I was in a vulnerable place in my life, and it was just really important. But The Script is just, they're not my favorite, but, like, I do listen to them fairly consistently, especially in, like, weird moods, but I don't have much to say about them. They're an Irish band. I'm sure that a lot of people know about them. They're a hard band to listen to because, like, their music is, again, so sad, but, you know, I still listen to them. But number 8, Bowling for Soup. This is another kind of, like, one of those Good Charlotte, Simple Plan-esque bands that I really like. I've listened to them for a long time, too. I don't listen to them as much as I used to in, like, my late middle school years, but I do really like their music. I like the kind of punk. And Jarrett Reddick's hair, when it was, like, pink and stuff, like, I just thought he was cool. Like, I just envied him. I thought he was cool. And I thought that Bowling for Soup was cool. They were, you know, this kind of, like, grungy, punky band that just, like, didn't give a shit what anyone thought, and I relate. So that's why they're on this list. Number 9 was going to be Demi Lovato, because I do love her, but I decided to put in Sharon Needles, who is the season 4 winner of RuPaul's Drag Race. I love Sharon because Sharon does, like, this very dark, gothy type music that not a lot of people have the guts to make, and his drag is just, like, not cosplay, but it's, like, it's I don't know how to explain it other than like it's very much a style of drag that is kind of cast off as like bad and stuff, and I'm not about that. And I don't know. I just like that punk, almost goth, dark horror type vibe that Sharon gives off, and I like listening to his music. I think that it's fucking dope. His song Dracula, I could listen to that song on repeat every single day. And Dress to Kill is another good one. I just really love Sharon, and like, props for using your fame to like do music and like actually be good at it, because a lot of people try and do music and they're not good at it, and I think that he is definitely worthy of being titled a musician. So yeah. Number 10, the Jonas Brothers. This is gonna sound like really stupid. I've been listening to the Jonas Brothers like literally since like the starting of their career. Like, I have all of their albums except their first album, because I can't find it anywhere without it being extremely expensive for some apparent reason. But I like listen to the Jonas Brothers on like a daily basis. Like, there is always a song every day that I can relate to. They do a lot of different styles. Like, sometimes they have really upbeat, happy songs. They have like love songs. They have heartbreak songs. They have like fuck you type songs, and I just really like that. And I remember when they were gonna come out with their album 5, or like V, which is 5, and then they canceled it. Like, they decided not to release it, and I was really sad because I really liked the single that they came out with for that song, and like, I just really like the Jonas Brothers. So that's all that I can say. That is my latest Top 10 Tuesdays video with musicians. I hope you guys like it. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I make these videos every Tuesday. So yeah, that was it for my latest Top 10 Tuesdays video. I hope you guys like it, and I will hit you next week with probably my favorite songs or something like that. But I love you guys. Bye bye.